What's the YouTube? Dale here from Zephyr Wargames, and we're here with Joe, and Joe is bringing us
Cyberdark.
So they did receive officially their new support in the Legendary Duel list, which was a bit of an underwhelming set. Let's not say much more about that. Anyway, so Joe's going to take you through his deck profile for them.
So to start off with, 2 Cyberdark Horns, 2 Keels, and 2 Edge. So I've gone for 2 of each because I'm playing a different variant than like the pure, like say, Demise variant that most people go for at the moment. I've been trying to figure out which variant suits me. I've tried a Paleozoic variant, I've tried pure variant, I've tried blue eyes, red eyes. Literally anything under the sun I've tried to make this deck. Not to say work, because it works on its own. It just naturally works if you get the stuff, but feel consistent enough to keep strong boards and make strong boards. So for this variant, I've gone for 2 of each because I need to make room for the other engine in the deck. But these are what you need. These are your main monsters. And then for the new ones, you got 3 cannons and 3 claws. Which variant, no matter which variant you're playing, you play 3 of each. Cannon you can discard to search any Cyberdark machine, add it to your hand, and when it's sent to the graveyard, when it's equipped to a monster, you get to draw a card, and while equipped to a monster, before damage count, you can send a monster from your deck to grave. Claw, you can discard it to add any Cyberdark spell or trap to your hand, and when equipped, before damage count, you can send a monster from your extra to the graveyard, and when it's sent to the graveyard while equipped, you can add a Cyberdark card from your graveyard to your hand, including itself, which is really nice. So these are all level 3 dragons as well, so then the Cyberdarks can equip 2 of them, obviously, 1600, making them each Cyberdark 2400 beat stick, which is really, really nice. And I've gone for a little tech of Buster Dragon, the Destruction Swordsman. Where it's just that if you get it's just one of those cards where if you get a board out and you're quite good, you feel quite comfortable with your board, and you can summon Cyberdark, equip this from the grave, and your opponent's locked out the extra deck until they get rid of it, which is quite nice. And if you have the field spell out, your Cyberdark now can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, so it's a really nice card. It's a really nice little tech. And it's a tuner, so it helps with some of the other cards which we will get into now, which is Wind Witch Engine. So 3 ice spells, 2 glass spells, and a snowbell. This is your standard Wind Witch Engine that you see in pretty much all Wind Witch decks. Your ice spell can be special summoned, and it can special summon another Wind Witch from your deck, and then can burn them for 500. The glass spell gets you a Wind Witch to your hand when it's normal or special summoned, and then the snowbell can be special summoned if you control 2 winds and gives the monster immunity. This is just a really nice engine for this deck for 2 reasons. One, it's just that engine that doesn't need anything else, can just work on its own. It's a 1 card crystal which gives you a nice strong board just on its own. But also it piles strong dragons into the graveyard for your fusions, which is actually quite a nice little thing that, like, at first you'll just like skip out, like it will just skip your head, but when you're playing it and you're just like, actually, yeah, just by going through it, I have a clearing in my graveyard, so it's a 2500 points to my big fusions. If Crystal Wing somehow gets killed, probably like Kaiju or something, then I've got a 3k in the graveyard that I can now make my Cyberdark Dragon 4000 and my Darkness 5000. So it's just a really nice little strong engine. Can even mix well with the Cyberdarks themselves, like with Glass Spell being a level 4 tuner, you can make just like simple level 8 Synchros, and so on and so forth. And to round up the monster, I play an Electromagnetic Turtle. It's just a nice discard outlet with Cannon's effect, just give you protection during the battle, and a Max Seed just for the draw power, consistency, and a stun factor. So those are the monsters. Spells, 3 of the field spells, Cyberdark, Inferno. I see people playing it too. I kind of understand why, but I don't understand why they do it. I understand it because it can be a dead draw, but you want to see it as soon as possible, so I play 3. While active, all your Cyberdarks that are equipped with equipped cards can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, and once per turn you can bounce the Cyberdark and then to your hand, and then normal summon another a Cyberdark from your hand, but it can be the same one if you want to. Also, when it's destroyed and sent to graveyard, you can add a fusion spell from your deck to your hand, so you can search things like Future Fusion, Overload Fusion, anything you want. It's just a really nice, strong field spell. I kind of wish they'd just give them a little buff, but who knows, like, can't ask for everything. And I play 1 Cyberdark Impact. This is optional for any of you out there that wants to play this deck. This is optional, you don't have to play it. I just play it at 1 copy, which I did play at 2 as well, and I might go to 2, who knows. But it's just that 1 copy, just to get to your Cyberdark Dragon. It's the simplest fusion to summon out of the 2. It's the quickest fusion to summon out of the 2, and it's just that strong beat stick, which under Inferno is just immune to everything. It's just a really strong card, and I just like to play 1. Searchable by Claw because it's a Cyberdark spell. And if you play it, which I did at some point, play Cyber Dragon Core, it can be searched off that because it is a cyber card. Cyber spell, same with the field spell. If you're playing Cyber Dragon Core, which is not a bad card to play, you can search both of these. I play an Overload Fusion just to get into a Cyber Darkness Dragon. It's your only way to really get into Cyber Darkness Dragon. And you can also get into a Cyber Dark Dragon, but you kind of want to save Inferno, Impact for that. 2 Allures, you can bump this up to 3 if you want. It's just consistency. All your Cyberdarks are obviously dark, so if you have like multiple copies in your hand, you don't need them. Play Allure, draw 2. Fin your deck, get to your pieces. 2 Dragon Shrine, the Foolish Burial. I like the Foolish Burial just because I can then send the Electromagnetic Turtle if I want to. But these are all just to get your dragons into the graveyard, so that if you didn't open with them in your hand to discard for their effects, you can just play this, send them to the graveyard, normal Cyberdark, go off. You can also send Buster Whelp as well, just for that lockout equip. And 2 Twin Twisters just for back row hate. This deck doesn't like the back row, even with all the immunity. For traps, Solemn Brigade, 2 strikes, and a warning. It's pretty standard, just gets you over things. And this is a small little trap engine I wanted to play for this deck for, just for more stun and just like simple removal that I've been seeing OCG play, and it's actually a pretty good engine after playtesting. 3 Paleozoic Dynamiscus and a Paleozoic Canada. This is just like really nice monster removal while also being discard outlets. So mostly these 3 for discard outlets for this kind of deck, which you do get some pieces in your hand that you just want to be in the graveyard. So you play Dynamiscus, ditch it, banish a card. Then you got Canada, which you can then set monsters. I think this is the second one. Yeah, you can put monsters face down. It's a kind of little mini Book of Moon, but they also can then summon themselves back from the graveyard when you activate the other one, and then just get monsters on your board for certain plays, like mostly in my case, link summoning. So I can use all of these. I can play like the Dino, banish the card. If they play something else, I then play Canada, bounce it, get the Dino back, and then if I'm lucky and I have another Dino in the on the field, play another Dino, get the Canada back. That's 2 monsters for my link summon. So it's quite nice. In the extra deck, I don't play it, but you can play things like Totally Awesome, which I was trying out in the more Paleozoic build for more stun variants. But it's all up to you, all personal preference. But it is actually nice. There are actually quite nice traps at the moment, especially with the new extra deck rulings. If you can set a zoo with Canada, you're actually quite good. That's for the main deck, extra deck. 2 Darkness Dragons and 2 Dark Dragons. This is all ratios, but really I can only play 1 with the spells I play, but The extra deck is just so free. I just wanted to keep the 2 copies in there just in case I make some changes to the deck. I can then add a second overload or future fusion, which is one of the reasons why I had 2 darkness in the first place. But the 2 dark dragons, again, I was playing 2 impacts at first as well, so I just kept them like this. You can obviously take these out, maybe put the totally awesome I was saying, and then something else. All personal preference. Darkness dragon though, we all know what dark dragon does. You can equip a dragon, gains that monster's attack points, and if it's going to be destroyed by a battle, you can destroy the equipped monster instead. It also gains 100 per monster in the graveyard. Darkness dragon gains the attack points of the dragon equipped, but you also can equip machines. You can send an equipped card on the field to the graveyard to negate a spell, trap, or monster effect and destroy it. So it's actually a really nice stun, protections, and just all general effect negations. The targets for them, I have Cyberdark dragon for classic reasons, and 5-headed dragon just as it's the strongest dragon that you can send to the graveyard from the extra deck. You also have like Dragon Master Knight if you wanted to. Chimera Euphesia, you can send it through the claw, and then on the next standby phase get the overload fusion from your deck, and future fusion if you play it. Then we have 3 copies of Elder Entity Nuts, or however else you want to say it. These nuts and literally however you want to pronounce it. But you send it through Claw, Claw's effect, and you can pop a card on the field. Really nice card. I see some people dropping it to 2 and even 1 copies, but I like to play 3 copies because most of the times I kind of go through at least more than 1 a turn, a game, so I play 3 copies. And those are your fusions. For synchros, we play the 1 Omega. You can go into it with Glass Spell and any Cyberdark or any level 4. So it's a nice hand removal. It also recycles stuff from the grave. But it's also an interesting mill outlet through Claw's effect. Send it through Claw, and there's a card in the graveyard you want to put back. Omega effect, bounce Omega, bounce the card back. Pretty good. But obviously, and then you got the Wind Witches stuff, which is Crystal Ring, Clearing, and Winterbell. You're mostly going into Clearing to go to Crystal Ring, just because, as I said before, it's the dragon that you've now put in the graveyard. But I still like to have the 1 Winterbell just in case for the burn, if you want to. And to round everything up, I play the 1 Decode Talker, just because, as I said, it's really nice. Easy to start with all the Paleozoics I play, and sometimes you do need the extra monster zone, so Decode is just a nice card to go into to give you that. And that's the deck.
Easy as that, and that's why we didn't get new support. It is a shame that we didn't actually get impact for all of those. All of you that wanted to build Cyberdarks from the ground up or make them pure or anything like that, but that's the way Konami is, unfortunately. But yeah, let Joe know what you think of the deck. Give him some suggestions to maybe improve it, or just something that he hasn't seen, or just different angles on the deck always helps improve it. We're never stating that the decks we bring you are the best. Nope, or even how you should make it. As I said to people in the past, I build the skeletons, you build up from it. So that's just literally how I go. But all the decks I make do work on their own, but again, are customizable. Yeah, customizable. Customized. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course, duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left-hand corner.